And again, we're so grateful and honored to have the National Security Advisor, Tori, here today, and just appreciate your service on behalf of the people of Estonia.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished commissioners and members of Congress, I would like to thank for the opportunity to testify today on Russia's shadow war. As this is my first time before this esteemed institution, I would like to begin by expressing my gratitude to you and the American people for your steadfast support for Estonia. From not recognizing the Soviet occupation after the Second World War, to standing with us in our fight for freedom in 1991, to supporting our accession to NATO in 2004. We would not be such a vibrant, tech-savvy democracy without your support. It is this shared history and experience that drives our unwavering support for Ukraine and our firm advocacy of Ukraine's membership in NATO. Bringing Ukraine into NATO is not an escalation, vice versa. Leaving Ukraine in a gray zone only plays into Russia's hand. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to today's topic. Russia's goals vis-à-vis the West have been clear for a number of years. Their aim is the rollback of the Pax Americana through dismantling and rewriting the Euro-Atlantic security architecture. To achieve this goal, Russia has been using various elements of the shadow war, which in the past year has intensified. Russia's activities include sabotage and acts of violence on European territory, creating migration problems at our borders, cyber and electronic interference, disinformation campaigns, and other subversive actions. Various proxies are used to mask Russia's involvement. These proxies are usually low-level and expendable, and if they are important and not expendable, then hostages may be used to exchange them, like happened in Estonia with a security officer in 2014. We estimate that the volume of these activities will continue and may become more brutal. Estonia is a target of the Russian shadow war. To bring a concrete example, in 2023, Russian intelligence services carried out a coordinated operation to undermine Estonia's security through physical attacks on property, including that of an Estonian government minister. Some of these attacks were prevented, while others were carried out. The aim of the operation was to create tensions within the Estonian society and erode trust in government institutions. As of today, those responsible for the attacks have been prosecuted. Estonia's approach is to stay calm and confident, but vigilant. Russia's activities are not limited to NATO border countries like Estonia. Similar methods are used more broadly across Europe and beyond. My message is clear. These acts should not be dismissed as minor or one-time acts of hooliganism. These are intentional actions demonstrating that Russia considers itself in a war with the West. Recognizing and responding to Russia's hybrid activities is crucial, as doing nothing encourages Russia to continue and escalate its actions. Therefore, I urge to form a common strategy. Our responses can be national, regional, or collective within NATO and the EU, and don't need to mirror Russia's actions. They can be asymmetric if needed. In Estonia, we see countering Russia's shadow war first and foremost as a national responsibility. Our response focuses on strengthening resilience through both military and non-military efforts, including the resilience of our energy infrastructure. Our deterrence posture has been strengthened through our own defense enhancements, with defense expenditure to remain around 3.5% of GDP for the foreseeable future. Internationally, we see that we're on the right path. Discussions on Russian hybrid activities have gained momentum within NATO, the EU, and among key allies. Our focus must be on 3 A's: acknowledgement, assessment, and attribution. We must also have countermeasures in place to hold Russia accountable. Acknowledgement and public attribution of Russian offenses are key. Though not always easy, they raise public awareness and demonstrate to Russia that such actions will not be unpunished. These measures should be tailored and backed by a clear communication strategy to send a clear message that Russia should not test our limits. Estonia has urged countries to develop and adopt countermeasures. For example, in the EU, we support the swift implementation of the hybrid sanctions regime, and Czechia has a proposal to limit Russian diplomatic accreditations. Following the decisions made at the NATO summit in Washington, we look forward to implementing additional actions to address Russian shadow war against NATO and the allies. I look forward to answering your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, National Security Advisor Tori. And indeed, it's a dream come true. I'm so grateful that the United States never recognized the Soviet occupation of Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. We always, from 1940, recognized that the Baltic republics were independent countries. But even better, I've visited, and gosh, you have fulfilled our hopes and dreams for the people of Estonia, of dynamic economies, opportunities for young people. I've actually been to the border at Narva, and on the Narva River. Gosh, to see what a dynamic country. It's just so exciting.